Welcome to 843 TV, where communities come to speak. I am your host, Carrie Smoot from the Village Spa.
And I'm Michael Burgess with the Technical College of the Low Country.
And today we are here at the Hilton Head Island Recreational Center.
Yes, it is windy out here today.
It's a little chilly. We're out by the
Yeah.
pool, but I think they said the pool's heated, so that has to make it a little better.
Yeah, so those folks you'll see swimming, I mean, they're not as cold as we
They're probably
are.
warmer than we are.
Yeah.
Well, our first guest today is Miss Robin Townsend. She is a representative from Daufuskie, and she talks a little bit about the Benya Foundation. So she's always telling us fun stuff about how to get to Daufuskie and what to do once you're there.
Absolutely. And then we'll have Frank Soule. He is the executive director of the Island Recreation Center. And he's going to talk about some of the things that they have going on this spring and summer. Just really energetic guy with a lot of information to share.
And last but not least, we have Miss Kelly Presnell. She is the PR director for the Hilton Head Hospital. So she's going to be talking a little bit about their free screenings and a lot of their new growth. So there's a lot of interesting information today.
Absolutely.
So make sure that you come back and join us for 843 TV,
where communities come to speak.
.843 TV, where the town of Hilton Head Island comes to speak.
843 TV, where Daufuskie Island comes to speak.
843 TV, where the Hilton Head Island Bluffton Chamber comes to speak.
.843 TV,
where communities come to speak. Welcome to 843 TV. We're here with Robin Townsend. She is the Daufuskie Island Tourism Chair and with the Benya Foundation.
That's
Welcome.
right. Thank you, Michael.
Good to have you back.
Thank you.
Okay, so Daufuskie just hosted the 5th annual Marsh Tacky Races. So tell us a little bit about what Marsh Tacky races are and some things that we might not know about.
The Marsh Tacky races, well, that's a horse race. So
Okay.
this would have been the 5th annual, and they marketed it as a Daufuskie homecoming, and we felt that was very appropriate over on Daufuskie. A lot of the descendants of the Marsh Tackies now came from a stallion that came off of Daufuskie. He roamed free over on the island. There's a wonderful little story that goes behind it. So he roamed free on the island, and when Melrose started developing it, with him roaming free, there weren't fences, so they came and barged him off, took it over, and Mr. D.P. Lowther, who now has the Marsh Tacky Association, works with it. He took him off, and he had used him to breed a lot of the mares, so there's a lot of descendants of him from off of Daufuskie, so that's a wonderful story. But when he roamed free, there's still a water trough there on the island that when he was roaming, he would have been able to stop and get a drink, so you can see that when you're over on the island. It's a wonderful...
Does this one Marsh Tacky stallion have a name?
They named him after he left. I don't know what it was on the island, but after he left, they named him Hacksaw. And there were at least 4 of Hacksaw's descendants in the race. So I thought that was real nice to bill it for a homecoming for that. Okay. And they estimate that we had at least 1,000 visitors on the island, and for Daufuskie, that's a lot to get over. Yeah. So we were pleased with that. And then there were a lot of boaters out in the water. So that was nice to do, to look out in the water and see the boats out there, our spectators out there. It made it a real festive event. And we're hoping to have, we've already heard, but we're hoping to have that we'll have the 6th annual. So we should have it back on Daufuskie next year.
Fantastic. Looking forward to that.
Thank you.
All right.
I missed the races this year, but I've been in the past. They're fabulous.
They are.
So, but what other fun things can visitors to Daufuskie do this summer?
Oh, there will be a lot of things. One of our things that's very popular is our farmers market. It will start Memorial Day. I have to get my holidays correct. It will start Memorial Day weekend, which I believe is May 22nd. So it will start that weekend. It's always on a Saturday from 11 to 2 down at the county dock. So that makes it nice. Anyone that wants to come, they can just boat over and spend their time there, get something to eat while they're walking around, visit, see what arts, crafts vendors are there, food items, take something home with them. So I'd encourage people to visit our farmers market this summer. And then in addition to that, the Daufuskie Island Conservancy always has fun educational things throughout the year, but this summer you can check the Conservancy's website to see what they might be doing. Come over, visit us, do that. Then there will also be our annual, 37th annual Daufuskie Day. I have to remember which number it is. It's been there for a while, so there'll be the Daufuskie Day in June. And that will be June the 2nd. It will be a Saturday, and that will be it's the Gullah community that hosts that, so there'll be a lot of information on Gullah culture. So those will be some of the things that can be done this summer on Daufuskie.
All right. Nice.
Sounds great.
Sounds like a lot of fun stuff, but how do people get over there? We know most people take the Broad Creek Landing Ferry over there, but how else can people get over there?
Well, you're asking that. The Broad Creek Marina, the Calabogie Cruises, I know that would be one you go, oh. Calabogie Cruises is the popular one. That's our public ferry, people coming. But I'm noticing more and more of our visitors are getting a jet ski from Hilton Head and coming over to one of the marinas. So since we have so many marinas, that makes it interesting. So they'll load up however many on it, come and spend the afternoon, park it, rent a golf cart, whatever it is. So that's an option I've just been noticing more lately. And then, of course, we have different varying water taxis in the area. So if somebody doesn't find that the public ferry schedule fits them, they can rent one of the water taxis. There's one out of May River. It's May River Excursions out of Bluffton. We have On the Water Hilton Head that comes out of off of Squire Pope Road, out of Salty Fair. And then there would be other ones. So you could look at the Daufuskie Tourism website and get some ideas, because I can't name all of them as much as I'd love to, but there are a lot of options for coming and going. And one thing that we found interesting of lately, there's a Community Preservation Zoning Association, that's right, on Daufuskie, and they have been doing some research as to what the different laws and ordinances will allow for coming, and they have found that the school students can actually ride the public ferry, so they are encouraging the school board and the county to work together so we can increase our options for the public coming and going to the island on the public ferry, because putting those monies together would allow for that to happen. So it'll be interesting to see if they do that for the 2014 contract coming up, so the public can come in addition to using the tour operators.
That's great.
So everybody, I think those are your two biggest questions. Well, how do I get there? And then once I'm there, what do I do? Because obviously if you're taking a boat to get there, you don't have a vehicle. So once people actually get to Daufuskie, what are their options?
Well, golf cart continues to be our most popular, and there are, again, Daufuskie Tourism. You can find different golf cart rental companies that you can do. But bringing a bike over is a wonderful option. But I would encourage anyone, when you're coming, of course, get a good map of Daufuskie. Do some planning, how long you want to do, map out what you're going to do to get the most out of your day. So bring your bike over and bike if you don't want to do a golf cart rental, or plan to do a walking tour of the island. When you consider we're only 2.5 by 5 miles and you don't access all of it, you can walk the island, you know, if you feel up to it. So do planning, bring your bug spray, come and biking, come and walk the island, rent a golf cart. And if those don't sound right, you want a little more classy treatment, then take a guided tour. So those are some things.
All right, outstanding. Robin, for people who have not yet been to Daufuskie,
Impossible.
what's the main reason to go there? What are some of the main reasons to go there?
Well, Daufuskie is the southern gateway to South Carolina. If you know the way the lay of the land is, we say that because we're the first inhabited island coming up from Georgia, so that makes us the southern gateway to Daufuskie Island on the Intercoastal Waterway. But we really have a little bit of everything. For people that love history, we have that. If you're interested in Gullah culture, you can see that. If you like to golf, bike, hike, any of those things, you can do that. And we feel like if you haven't been to Daufuskie, you haven't been to South Carolina.
All right, very good. Robin Townsend, thank you for joining us, and we want you to stay tuned. We'll be back with more 843 TV.